let us continue with the topic, that is materials of low resistance. So the types of materials which are used in the design of or the winding of electrical machines which has low resistance, correct, which have high conducting part. So normally copper and aluminums are used as a conducting materials in the design of electrical machines. So in that, first you have to learn about the properties of copper. Okay, so most frequently used conducting material in the design of electrical machines, whether it is all kind of machines, transformer, induction motor, synchronous machine or DC machine. So copper windings are most of the time it is used. So the properties of copper, so it is most widely used electrical conductor, correct. So most of the machines which will be used or the windings which will be used by the copper. So next it has high electrical conductivity. So the conductivity of this particular copper material is very high, and it is having excellent mechanical properties. Next, it is good relative immunity from oxidation and corrosion. So it is one of the important property of copper. It is resistance to the corrosion, correct. And it is malleable and ductile. That means it can be rolled and drawn like a fine wire. So it is called as a malleable and ductile. So resistivity of the copper at 20 degrees centigrade is given by 0.017241 into 10 to the power minus 6 ohm meter. So this is the resistivity of the copper. So next it is resistance temperature coefficient is 0.00393 per degree centigrade. That means at 1 degree centigrade temperature rise, the resistance of the copper will be varying 0.00393. It is hard drawn copper wires are used in electrical machines, as wire drawing increases the mechanical strength. So it has a good mechanical strength. So hard drawn copper wires are used in the winding of electrical machines. Copper is universally used for winding of electrical machines, also because it is easily workable without any possibility of fracture. So there is no possibility of fracture which will be occur in the copper material. So it is widely used in the winding of electrical machines. So it can be soldered easily, which simplifies the jointing process. Normally soldering and welding process is done when two copper wires are joined together, correct. So easily you can solder or welding can be done in case of copper wire. Okay. So next we have to see the properties of copper. So copper and aluminum. So it is a comparison between the copper and aluminum. So you can see here, so the density of copper is 8900 kg per meter cube, but aluminum is low density, that is 2700 kg per meter cube. The melting point of copper is 1083 degrees centigrade. That means at 1083 degrees centigrade it will be melting, and for aluminum it is low melting point, that is 663. So thermal conductivity is 350 for copper and 200 for aluminum. So resistivity of the copper is 0.01724 into 10 to the power minus 6, and for aluminum it is 0.0287 into 10 to the power minus 6. So this is just a comparison between the copper and aluminum material to identify the difference between those two. Okay. So now we can see the properties of aluminum. So in place of copper, so availability of copper, if it is less, then we can go for the aluminum, or you can say that if the machine, designed machine or the produced or the product of the machine, if it is less cost, if I want to have a machine which less cost, then I can go for the aluminum, correct. So it is used in place of copper for the design of winding of electrical machines. So aluminum is also a good conductor of electricity, but if you want to go for a less cost, then you can go for aluminum. Aluminum is available in abundance on earth surface, so when compared to copper, the availability of aluminum is more. Okay. So pure aluminum is softer than copper, and therefore it can be rolled into sheets. So if you compare with the copper and aluminum, so pure aluminum is softer than the copper. So you can easily roll into the sheets. It cannot be drawn into fine wires as it has low mechanical strength. But compared to copper, you cannot draw the aluminum into fine wires because it has low mechanical strength. Now these are all the properties of aluminum. So now we can compare the copper and aluminum conductors used in the electrical machines. So how which one is better? Which copper material if you are using, or aluminum material if you are using, then which material is good, or what will be the output or the rating of the machine or the size of the machine? What is the effect of using copper or aluminum as a conductor? That we have to see here. Let us consider a conductor having length L. So whether it is, consider a conductor having length L and area A, and resistivity is rho and mass density is G. The conductor is carrying a current of I amps. So consider length of the conductor L and area is A and resistivity rho and mass density, mass per area, that is G. The conductor is carrying a current of I amps. Then copper loss in the conductor is given by, copper loss is given by I square R, correct. So you can say that copper loss is normally represented in I square R. So PE equal to I square R, which is equal to delta. Delta is nothing but delta is a current density. Current density means current per unit area, correct. Current per unit area. If you multiply with the area, then it will become a current only. So it's a square. So delta A whole square. So delta means current density. Current density means current per unit area. So if you multiply with the area, then area get cancelled. So here current will be remaining. So I square, correct. So resistance is proportional to the rho L by A, correct. So resistance of the material, we can say that it is rho L by A. So you will be getting delta square rho LA. AA get cancels here. 1A is get cancelled here in the numerator. So it is delta square rho LA. Okay. Then copper loss per unit volume, or the specific copper loss, we can say PC is equal to delta square rho LA divided by LA. So delta square rho LA divided by LA, which is equal to delta square into rho, because LA get cancelled. So this is the expression for copper loss per unit volume or specific copper loss. So copper loss per unit mass, which is given by PC dash equal to delta square rho divided by G, where G, what is G? So you can see here G is nothing but here mass density, correct. So mass density. So you can say that copper loss per unit mass PC dash equal to delta square rho by G. Therefore specific copper loss varies directly as resistivity. So specific copper loss is directly varying with the resistivity and inversely proportional to the mass density. So mass density is G and directly proportional to the resistivity. So specific copper loss varies directly with respect to the resistivity and inversely proportional to the mass density. So the average temperature of conductors in electrical machine is approximately 75 degrees centigrade. So normally we can consider for the design purpose what is the average temperature, which is inside the rotating electrical machine is considered as a 75 degrees centigrade. So what is the resistivity of copper at 75 degrees centigrade is given by 0.021 into 10 to the power minus 6 ohm meter. So resistivity of copper at 75 degrees centigrade is 0.021 into 10 to the power minus 6. If you consider the aluminum, resistivity of aluminum is 0.034 into 10 to the power minus 6 ohm meter at 75 degrees centigrade. Now ratio of these resistivities, if you consider, then it will become aluminum by copper, correct. So resistivity of aluminum is 0.034 and resistivity of copper is 0.021, correct. So if you take the ratio, then it will become 1.62, correct. So aluminum by copper, the ratio of aluminum is 0.034 into 10 to the power minus 6, of course, and resistivity of copper is 0.021 into 10 to the power minus 6. If you take the ratio, then it will become 1.62. Therefore I can say that For aluminum, you can write it as aluminum equal to 1.62 times copper, correct. Resistivity of aluminum equal to 1.62 times copper. Therefore, the same value of conducting material, the I square R losses in a machine of aluminum conductors are 1.62 times that in a machine using copper conductor. That means copper loss, you can say, or I square R loss, not copper loss, I square R loss if you say. It is in case of aluminum is nearly 1.62 times that of machine which is using copper conductors. So if you are using aluminum as a conducting material, then I square R loss of aluminum material and I square R loss of copper material, if you compare, then the I square loss of aluminum material is 1.62 times higher than that of copper material. Okay, so that is a one conclusion. The rating of machine is, that is one conclusion with compare with the copper and aluminum. That means if you use copper as a material, as a conducting material, then you can reduce the I square R loss when compared to the aluminum as a conducting material. Next, the rating of machine is determined by the temperature rise, which in turn directly proportional to the losses. So normally that rating of the machine, whatever the rating of the machine is directly proportional to the temperature rise, or you can calculate by the temperature rise, which directly proportional to the losses. So thus for the same temperature rise, the current rating of a machine using aluminum conductor will be given by from the previous expression. So you can say that for the same temperature rise, the current rating, that is I square R, from that we can calculate the, if you are using an aluminum conductor, then the current rating will be reduced by 1 by square root of 1.62 because it is I square R, correct. So it is reduced to 1 by square root of 1.62, which is equal to 0.78 times that of a machine using copper conductor. That means what, if you are using a aluminum as a conducting material, then the rating of the same rating, if you are using the same rating, then the aluminum conductor if you are using, then it is nearly 0.78 times that of machine using copper conductor. That means the same rating, if you want to get the output, then you have to increase the conductor size of the aluminum conductor, or you can say that current rating of a machine using aluminum conductor is lesser than the 0.78 times lesser than the machine using the copper conductor, correct. That means if you are using 1 amps, if I want to pass 1 amps of current through aluminum conductor, then the current, sorry, if I want to pass a current of 1 amps in the copper conductor, then the amount of current flowing through the aluminum conductor is only 0.78 amps. So the current rating will be decreases for the same size and same size of the copper material and the same temperature rise. So the current rating of machine using aluminum conductor is 0.78 times that of a machine using copper conductor. So if I want to pass a 1 amps of current in copper conducting material, then the current flowing through the aluminum conductor is only 0.78 amps, correct. That means the current carrying capacity is less in that case. Hence the use of aluminum conductor results in reduction of rating by 22%. So if I want to get the 5 kilowatt rating of the machine by using the copper conductor, but 10 kilowatt, you can say 10 kilowatt, but the rating of the, if I use aluminum as a conducting material, then the rating will be reduced by 22%. Okay, that is I will be getting only the 7.8 kilowatt as the output by using the aluminum conductor. For the, if I am getting copper as a material, conducting material, I can get the output or the rating of the machine as 10 kilowatt. But if I am using aluminum as a conducting material, then I will be getting only 7.8 kilowatt as the output. So the rating of the machine will be reduced by 22%. For the same loss and same length of the conductor, the aluminum conductor should have an area of 1.62 times that of copper, which means an increase of space by about 60%. So I mean 60, not 62% actually. So if I am using copper as a material, the length of the copper, and for same loss I need to provide 1.62 times larger size of the conductor material of aluminum conductor material. That will in turn increases the space of machine. Inside space of the machine will be increased by around 62%. So if I am using copper as a material, I'll be getting one particular size, correct. So if I am using aluminum as a material, then I need to increase the space inside the machine. That will be around 62%. So for the same loss and same length of the conductor, the aluminum conductor should have an area of 1.62 times that of copper, which means an increase of space about 60%. In rotating electrical machines, where the slot width is fixed, normally in the rotating electrical machines, slot width is fixed. If you want to increase the slot depth of the slot, what is meant by slot? Where the conductors are inserted inside the slot, correct. So there are three types of slots that you will learn in the respective machines. So if slot is nothing but where the conductors you are placing the conductors. Okay, so if when the slot width is fixed in that one, but you can increase the slot depth. The slot depth has to be increased by about 60% to accommodate the deep aluminum conductors. So for the same rating if I want to get as output, or same space if I want to get when you are using a copper as a material, then if you are using aluminum as a material, then I need to increase the depth of the slot by 60% to accommodate the aluminum conductors. Okay. So if round conductors are used, there are square types of conductors or round conductors are used. If round conductors are used, the area of aluminum wire is 1.2 square root of 1.62, that is 1.27 times that of copper wire to give the same loss. So if round conductors, if I am using, the area of the aluminum wire should be increases, that is 1.27 times that of copper wire, give the same loss. If I want to get the same loss, then I have to increase the size of the aluminum wire, that is 1.27 times I have to increase the size of the aluminum wire to get the same loss. Since the density of copper is you can say the density of copper is 8,900 and the density of aluminum is 2,700. If you divide this one, density of copper with aluminum, we will get 3.3. That means density of copper is copper divided by aluminum. So the density of copper equal to 3.3 times that of aluminum. The weight of aluminum conductor to give the same loss is 1.62, that is divided by 3.3, that is 0.49 times that of copper. So density of copper is equal to 3.3 times that of aluminum. So density of copper is higher than the aluminum. Then the weight of aluminum conductor to give the same loss, I should get the same loss, but whatever the loss we are getting with the aluminum copper conductors, then I have to use the aluminum conductor, or the weight of the aluminum conductor should is for getting same loss is 0.49 times that of the copper. Weight of the aluminum conductor to give the same loss is 4.49 times that of copper. Now writing all this in terms of a tabular table form. So if you consider the cost of copper as 1, then the aluminum cost will be 0.49. Aluminum cost will be 0.49. That means it is a lightweight. If you consider cross section, then copper is having one cross section, or 1 meter square per 1 meter square cross section, and then the aluminum will be 1.62. That means it is more cross section area is required. So diameter, if you consider, if the copper is diameter is, if you are choosing as 1 meter or 1 centimeter, then the aluminum diameter you have to increase by 1.27 for the same rating and same loss output. Volume of the copper is, if you are choosing as a 1, then the volume is almost double you need for the same rating and same output. You need 2.04 as a volume. Okay, so if you are choosing weight, if you are considering weight, copper as 1 means aluminum 0.49. That means weight will be reduced, weight of the machine will be reduced. That means I can say copper, if you are using copper as a material, then the weight will be more when compared to aluminum. So breaking strength, if you are using copper as a material as a 1, then the aluminum will be 0.64. That means easily breakable. Aluminum will be easily breakable, correct. So if you consider cost wise, it is aluminum is cheaper, correct. It will be 0.49. Cross sectional area, you need more aluminum area is required. If you consider diameter, aluminum need more length or diameter. If you consider volume, then almost double of the size of the machine which you are using as a aluminum. If you are considering weight, then there will be reduction in the weight when compared to copper with respect to aluminum. So if you consider breaking strength, then the breaking strength of aluminum is higher. That means you can say it is easily breakable when compared to copper. So this is the comparison between aluminum and copper materials for the design of electrical machines, which is used in the winding purpose. Okay, thank you.